Oh yeah, I needed that cup of coffee to give me a bit of a jump start for the day. It's quite amazing how many people are reliant, either physiologically, but a lot of times psychologically, on getting their cup of coffee for the morning to kickstart their engines. And yes, caffeine is a metabolic stimulant, so it does actually have an effect on you physiologically. It boosts your metabolism, gives you a bit of a boost in the rocket. So yes, it does physiologically stand up. However, a lot of the time people rely on it from a psychological point of view because they think it's giving them an extra boost. They really can't start the day until they have their cup of coffee, and that's okay because coffee has been found to be quite good for you in moderation, like tea and many other forms of the recreational drinks that we have, including alcohol in moderation. But how much caffeine should you have? How many cups of coffee should you have? What's all the recommendations? So first of all, how much caffeine? Well, it's recommended from a healthy diet they should have around about or no more than 400 milligrams of caffeine in a day. Now, if you don't like coffee and you don't like caffeine, then certainly don't take it up because you can certainly function without it. It's just a little bit of a boost, and it's not going to be the make or break of losing weight or the make or break of being energized. It's just a little bit of a boost, and we tend to exaggerate that through the psychological benefit of placebo, thinking that it is, so we make it far more than what it is. But it is what it is, just a little bit, but we exaggerate. So a normal cup of coffee will have around about 100 milligrams. A cup of tea will have around about 50 milligrams. And some people say, I have tea because I don't want the caffeine. Well, there's actually caffeine in tea. And obviously that will vary from the different types of coffee that you have. So from a coffee point of view, no more than say 4 cups of coffee in a day. Now for me, I find that a bit much. I can generally like 1, no more than 2, maybe 3 on a big day. But once I get beyond then, I get that little bit of coffee taste and coffee breath and coffee feel about myself. So yes, 4 cups a day will give you 400 milligrams. Anything more than that can be contradictory to your health and won't give you any more boost than what's required. So more is not better. On the other hand, I was talking to one of my acquaintances the other day. He says he doesn't like coffee, but he likes the boost from it. So he actually gets his caffeine from taking no-dose or his caffeine tablets. And here's some little tablets which I got from the USA. And obviously they sell very cheaply over there. And it works out that if you have a cup of coffee for 100 milligrams, and if you buy it in the shop, it's around about $5. But one of these little babies, one tablet, is 200 milligrams. So it's the same as 2 cups of coffee. And I worked out, it works out to be around about 5 cents per tablet, which is about 2.5 cents per cup of coffee. So if it's just the physiological benefit you want from a training perspective or a boost, or you've had a big night or you need a bit of energy, then you may want to take a tablet, a no-dose, or one of these caffeine tablets. And obviously coffee is a nicer way to get it if you like the taste of coffee, but it also can be quite expensive if you're just after the actual boost in itself. You can actually buy those little red rocket boosters and in the shops, and they're about $5. And you look at it, they have anywhere between 100 to 200 milligrams, which is equivalent to a 10 cent or 5 cent or 2.5 cent tablet. So you maybe want to do a bit of economics on it, but if you enjoy your coffee, you like the smell of it, it's a part of your culture, it makes you feel good, have your coffee, it's fantastic. If you have your tea, have your tea. But remember, probably no more than 4 cups of coffee a day, 8 cups of tea, which is a lot. Now you're going to be peeing all day. And that would be no cow poo.